But I'm looking at Phil working 2,080 hours a year, and
That's a very good point.
teachers working 1,600 hours a year, or whatever that comes out to be. I mean, it's 185 days.
So,
A 185-day contract, no matter how you look at it, so.
Didn't I also see something here about, does he work longer days? Does he work 10-hour days, or did I see that somewhere, or am I just dreaming?
it's on that money sheet.
I'm clear on that right-hand side, this is 180 10-hour school days and 80 8-hour days.
Yep. You did see that.
Okay, so, quite a few more hours. Not only is he working more days, but he's working,
Yeah, I know, I
did
agree.
you include those hours or not?
And no matter how you look at it, a teacher has a 185-day contract, so.
Well, maybe you need to look at if you're going to, if we were hiring somebody, we didn't have anybody on staff, what are you going to advertise at? And you're going to do the same thing Barb has done, is look at comparative schools, and you've got those figures. And then I think, personally, his years of experience should add to something on there. Now, that's evidently the magic number here.
If there's other
But-
information you need that would help you make the
And I don't know
decision.
what that'd be, you know.
Okay, and I'm not being smart and saying, I'm just like, tell me what it would be and I'll get it for you, because I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with what you're doing.
Well, I guess Brent
It's
said
very-
a lot of these teachers have been around for a long time. Well, Phil's been around for a long time also. Puts in a lot more days, a
more
lot more hours. You know, he's two districts, there's teachers in one classroom, most of them, I think, probably. So,
Yeah, I don't, it does not matter to me whatever number we come up with, I just, he doesn't have steps. I think he, whatever it's at, it's at.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Well, we've got a motion on the floor for $45,000. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to make the transportation director's salary at $45,000. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Elementary principal?
Question is to offer Mike $66,000 for the first year. Second year, based on a satisfactory job performance, that he receive a $4,500 bump and the percent increase to get him about $3,500 less than the middle school principal, is about $3,500 less than the high school principal currently. Both Mike and Warren were at 55.6. Warren's not returning is about a little over a $70,000 package that expense that the district had. I'd say you take health insurance, it'd be at least that much, because I just figured health insurance in there, so.
Are you, just to clarify, are you suggesting a 1 or 2 year type contract?
You need to talk about that, because I guess if you're gonna, I'd say it's a 1-year contract with a
A
clause.
2-year plan.
With a 2-year plan, and that there be a clause written in that contract so that the board knows and Mike knows, you know, what the plan is for another year.
Just
If
to
you want
clarify
if
that.
you want a 2-year contract, then I think you also need to look at Mr. Olhausen for a 2-year contract.
Right, I was reading off your sheet here and it had 2-year contract, and that's why I was just
Yeah.
clarifying how you were specifying that.
I'm not too fired up about 2-year contracts. But that,
On the second year, he'd get 4,500 and the percent, and the next year, he's on his own,
Is that status quo then?
whatever the percentage is
That
we
would put our
approve.
3 principals, from high school to middle school, to elementary principal, about $3,500 apart. I don't know if that's right, but that would do that.
Well,
Typical elementary principal with a 1 year's of experience coming in here would be about the same.
I wouldn't doubt but we could hire someone for $65,000 to $70,000, yeah. Well, remember, we have 178 kids in this building, and there'll be just under 200 in the Wall Lakeview Auburn Elementary building. So we've got under 400 kids. We've got a high school principal with 325 kids, who's got 6-7 years experience, 7-8 years experience, somewhere there. You guys help me out. You've got at least that much experience. And my intention is to help Mike. You know, this isn't 100% Mike's position next year, because I agreed to do that to support the elementary principalship. I'm not trying to cut him out of money. That's why the 2-year plan. But I am going to tell you, I don't think an elementary principal deals with the same kinds of things that middle school principals do, nor do middle school principals deal with the same kinds of things that high school principals do. So at my level, I feel comfortable saying to you that that difference between them seems logical. But that's just logical according to Barracuda, so.
You're cool with all this? I mean, the proposal that's laying
The
here?
best part of it's working with me, isn't it?
I mean,
No.
we want all parties.
Yeah.
How about the other principals? Are they all right with this? That after 2 years, Mike's gonna be making $3,500 less than you, and after all these years, you're making $35 less than... That's
Like
all.
I said before, I negotiated when I came in, and then I took increases from there. So part of that is just when you come in, what you're at, and then I mean, the way that we've done it, the percentage increases based upon board and association agreements, and you're at where you're at. So.
I'm fine with it.
Well, I saw in the paper that they were advertising for a superintendent over at Sioux City for 190-some thousand. I got my eyes wide open. There you go.
Any other questions? I guess we've heard Barb's recommendation. It's time to ask if there's any other questions or comments.
I'll make a recommendation, we approve Barb's recommendation for Mike's salary as it's presented.
Just to clarify.
That was a lot of recommendations.
That's $66,000. His current salary is $55,600. He'd be $66,000, and with satisfactory job performance, he would get the percent increase that whatever the SAC district offers employees next year, as well as $4,500. And the purpose of that is to get him in line with the other two principals on a 1-year contract.
2-year plan.
Is that your motion?
That's it.
Second.
That's it. Got that, Brian?
Yeah.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the elementary principal's position at $66,000 with extras. Frank, I'll let you, any other discussion on that? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to handbook. 0809 handbook, I'm sorry.
Elementary handbook, Mike and I met and put both elementary buildings in one section, and we only made it shorter instead of longer. So
This will be good.
basically, yeah, just don't be naughty.
Okay.
I did go through the handbook, and all of the policy changes that we've made in the last 2 years. I made sure that the policy numbers fit the policies that we have stated in here. Middle school principal. Any comments about your changes?
Minor, very minor changes.
That would have been on this sheet in your packet, the middle school changes.
Yeah.
Another sheet of paper.